Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Dialogue to Destiny. Today, we're going to be joined by some good friends of Steve and mine. We have Robert and his wife, Eva Garrett, joining us today. Um, we're bringing them on because they do a lot in the community as far as mentoring, and Eva has a line of products here that she's selling right now. She's also involved in a program that serves North Minneapolis that promotes healthy eating and gardening and things like that. So we kind of wanted to bring them on so that they can give a little information about what they do. And part of what we do here at Dialogue to Destiny is promote businesses that do offer some sort of benefit to the community. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. and Miss Garrett introduce themselves, tell a little bit about themselves to the audience today.
Hello, how y'all doing? Oh, I'm Robert, as I said earlier, Robert Garrett. This is my wife, Nairi, Eva.
Hi, I'm Eva Garrett, his wife. I work with Steve and Dack, have for a while. I'm excited and happy to be here and happy to be part of Dialogue to Destiny.
Right on.
Appreciate
Indeed.
it. Glad to have you. Why I'm so excited that you guys showed up today and wanted to share of yourself, and I'll share what I know from them and my excitement. I met Eva at work and found this little dynamo of a lady, man, that was very community oriented. And she started sharing the different gifts that she brings to the community as far as eating, discovered that she's a herbalist, her husband's a coach, he does work individually, and the beautiful thing about this couple is how much they do in the community together. And that's the time that my wife and I got to share with them about a year or so ago at one of the events where we came and we cooked. We got Rob out on the grill cooking for about 100 people or so. We got Eva running around there making everybody work for 100 people or so. So she's that type of person. If you say you're going to volunteer, you will be volunteering and you will be working. So, with that being said, I want to get back onto the products, because there's an entrepreneurial side that comes with the Garrets as well. And I'd like to think this is something that you guys do collectively, if nothing more, Rob totally supporting his wife.
Indeed.
And these products, I can swear by them and I can attest to them because they are in my home. And my wife enjoys them, and I'll be getting some more before we leave the show today. Rob.
Yes, sir.
As far as your coaching in the community, and I see the type of father you are, I see what type of time you spend with your kids.
Right on.
Man, how do you find time to coach too?
Well, it's all a blend, you know what I mean? Because I have those kids, I got to keep them busy. Okay. I got to keep them interested in the things that I think, be productive for them. And so I try to create that environment, keep them in that type of environment, so coaching offers that to me.
Okay. You busting the stereotype all the way down, right?
Well, I don't believe in stereotypes, so
all
it's
right.
whatever.
All right, believe that. All right, All right. Miss Eva?
What I do, how I find time?
Yeah, because I see how you work. I see you garden, you
Yeah.
cook, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Along with a couple of more oars you have in the water. Where do you find the time and the energy to both of y'all?
I think it's all about just getting to it. I have things I believe strongly in, and so I want to make sure that I'm making that a part of my life. And more than being it a part of my life, I want my kids to be raised under that. So all the things I do in the community, like with Appetite for Change, I'm a mentor and a facilitator there. When I'm there, my kids are there also. Mm-hmm. So I'm there. I'm teaching young girls how to eat healthy, how to make baby food, how to do natural facials, and just how to try different natural things and try a healthier option here and there. I'm teaching them to do that. My kids are in another room, and they're Appetite for Change babies. So they're teaching the kids that these women bring how to eat healthier, or teaching them how to make a healthy snack, or just, teaching them just different things that they're learning through us, through Appetite for Change. And Appetite for Change is basically geared and focused on bringing health, wealth, and social change to North Minneapolis. And they're using food to do it. And I'm happy to be a part of it.
Okay, so I did hear what I thought I heard. That this, what'd you say, healthy, no,
health, wealth, and social change.
Let's go back to the first name that you called it. Healthy Choices?
Yes, definitely
Healthy choices. It sounds like it's more than just food.
Oh, definitely.
It's like making some healthy spiritual choices.
That's right.
As well.
Definitely.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't want to take all the questions in the commentary, man.
No, man.
But I could keep talking to these two individuals all day.
Right on.
No, I'm listening to you, but we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about what Eva does with her products here too. She has a company called Natural Me. She is a certified master herbalist, and so she's been putting some things together. It kind of surprised me, because I left AT&T, so I haven't really been around Eva. And then all of a sudden, I look on Facebook, and she's got this company started with a website, and I mean, she's running it big time. So I just wanted to have her kind of talk to us a little bit about what it is that she sells, and kind of explain what some of these things that you see laying in front of us here are, what their function is.
Sure. So, Natural Me is my company. It's actually our company. I know a lot of my products are geared toward women and like self-care for women, but my husband is like literally my main man on everything.
Right on.
Everything everything I do, he's pouring, stirring, taking, moving, running to get this, running to get that. He's my inventory man and all that stuff.
Oh,
So it's not just me. It's a us thing. But I'm a herbalist, and for me, I'm focusing just on more natural things, whether it's through eating or living and just taking care of myself and things like that. I want to look at more natural alternatives, and that's where I kind of started with the Natural Me things. It started with the yoni steams, and yoni steams are vaginal steams, and they're for women. And it's way better than like a dish or all these things that that the pharmaceutical companies will give us to take care of ourselves and to heal our wounds and things. And these are different herbs that basically it does it for you. It heals your womb. It heals you spiritually also. And while it's healing your womb, you're getting all these herbs into your system. So it's helping for not just your womb. It's helping your skin. It's helping your hair. It's helping your digestive system. It's helping a lot of things. So I started with the yoni steams really because I was using it for myself, and then I started teaching some of my ladies in my new moms group about steaming and stuff like that, and they went from that to me selling them, and I expanded from there. I do the smudge sticks, so I do the sage sticks. I wrap those myself, and I'm Cherokee Indian also, so I've learned from a lot of my elders like the different benefits of smudging and just how to put certain smudge sticks together and things like that. So I've incorporated the smudge sticks. The abalone shell is for smudging. I've got the bath salts, which are all natural. They've also got herbs and flowers inside of them. But those are just for your different self-care rituals, for taking care of yourself, soaking your body, getting rid of that big heavy day for yourself. I've got the soaps, and the soaps are all natural. They're good for your whole body, from your face down to every little piece of you. They're awesome. And then my body butter, I know my guys at work know about the body butter because they've been using that for a while. And then the oil. So the oil is really good. It's herbal. And what I love about the oil, it's one of my favorite products, is that
It works.
it does work. But you're getting a lot of the benefits that you would get out of the yoni steam from actually sitting down and steaming and allowing the steam to penetrate your womb. You're getting those same benefits from rubbing them into your hands and into your skin. And then I also use it like in my bath water. I put a couple pumps in my bath water. So again, you're getting those same benefits. And so all of my products are just about natural healing and self-care. And so my motto is like, self-care is the best care.
That's right.
And that's what it all stems down to.
All right, that sounds good. Now, do you, like, if someone were to want to go on your website and order some products, do you ship anywhere? I
ship everywhere, everywhere in the United States.
Okay, so how does, do you accept MasterCard? I mean, how do you accept payment?
I have a website. It's www.shopnaturalme.com, and I have every form of payment. All credit cards, all major credit cards, PayPal, and there's a few other options on there, but pretty much any form of payment is available. And then if you don't have it, if you're local to me, like Minneapolis area, I can deliver also.
Okay. All right. And, Rob and I spent quite a few days fishing this last year.
Yes, sir.
We've been on the lake quite a bit. And, so we were able to talk a lot about, the things as far as just coaching and just being a mentor. And I will concur with what Steve said. I mean, you are a good example of what I think a father should be.
Gratitude.
You know, I mean, everything I've seen and heard in you, man, has made me, look at myself and want to be better too, man. But
right
as far as coaching, like what areas and what sports are you involved in as far as coaching?
All right, so I got a 16-year-old. I have a 16-year-old son. So I have started him in the basketball, the football. What else do we do? That's pretty much where we keep it at for now. Actually, when he first started, it was baseball. That was his first introduction to it. But we didn't do too much with it. But I don't know. It's just they have to, if they idle minds, the devil workshop. Keep them kids busy, man.
Man, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I did a little coaching way back in the day, myself, and I do want to start getting back into it as well. But the thing is, as far as like coaching, I always knew that growing up, man. Like I played a lot. I played football and basketball a lot too. And I just remember, man, like how the impact off the court that my coaches had in my life. Somebody that, when you just were having a bad day, you could call and say, hey, man, things are going bad for me, boom. And just having somebody, a mentor that I could just kind of rely on and count on. I mean, is that something that you find yourself having to deal with a lot?
You know what? I'm there for that. I have not been used in that capacity. I do it more hands-on, because I only get them for a short amount of time a week. You know what I mean?
Well, your wife doesn't seem to agree.
That's not true. No, no way.
Talk
I
to me
remember the therapy coaching. We literally gathered up shoes
okay.
for so many little boys.
Okay,
little
facts.
boys didn't have shoes, and he went and got not just shoes. I mean the good ones. You hear me?
Facts,
He
facts.
reached out to different people, got shoes to the point where them little boys was running around. Their smiles were so big. He doesn't give himself enough credit.
Well,
Because he's got little boys who needed rides to all the games, to all the practices. Coach Rob was picking them up.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
he's got
I
some
mean,
boys
I'm
that
there,
trust
but
him in that.
but they haven't called me. What I'm saying is for the issues that young men have.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They haven't brought any of those to me. Is what I was trying to express.
and I'll tell you one thing that I learned, man. Even though they may not say it to you, I can guarantee you having a massive, major impact on their life, man.
Right on.
I'm
sure. Some of them, some of the mothers that come to me and they express, that's where you get it from.
Yeah.
Their gratitude for how, the impact of their kid. They can see the change, and that's how I know that it's worth something. You know what I mean?
Right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. I can remember a couple episodes. Your day is coming, Rob. Trust me. To this day, right now, I got young men that run up to me and they got beards, man. They got gray in their beards, and they're like, "Pops," and I'm like, "Hold up."
Okay.
You're not my child. I am not paying no back charge. It's like, but they're like, "You remember me? Me and your son played basketball together." And I look, and then I finally see the little boy again in them. Behind that, and they'll come and they'll say how much that meant to them. That time that they spent, the time that they came over, the time that they ate, the time that we picked them up,
Big
the
facts.
time that we done something for them.
Simple stuff.
Right, that they done, but they still remember it to this day. Now, I will say my last experience with a coach hurt my feelings.
What happened?
My kids are like 37 and 36 years old. They almost 40. Went to one of my son's basketball practice. The ball, and he's a coach. He ended up coaching too. He, coach like Pops, coach like, Rob coach.
Okay.
I got the ball, and I used to have a nice little set shot from deep, man. Money.
Okay.
But this is the
About
first time
6 feet.
Six.
This is the first time I shot a ball with my bifocal glasses. I got bifocals all over there.
It's a learning curve.
I got the ball, I pulled back, man, and them bifocals kicked in, man, and the rim got so big, the ball was all hard off the rim, and the ball started coming back to me. I said, I'm going to try this again. My son ran in front of me, grabbed the ball, and put it under his arm. I reached for it. He pulled like, Dad, ugh. and walked away. Now, I
That's-
hope he don't treat them kids the way he treated his old man, Rob.
well, you know, sometimes hard truth is necessary too. You know,
I was expecting a little more sympathy from you, Rob.
that's not how I do
share
it.
coaching background, man.
That's not my style.
Okay, you keep it real even with the
Man,
kids.
it's a hard world, man.
Yeah.
But I was, I said all that, man, jokingly to say that I was very proud of my son, that he stepped into coaching, because he didn't have kids till later in his life, and he'd always say, these are my kids.
That's right.
And there would be times after church, we would go out as church members, to go sit down and eat, and I'd look up, and here comes my son through the door with about 8, 10, 12 kids.
That's right. Keep them together.
You're talking about one of the proudest moments, man. I said, this man ain't even got kids. And look at him. At this point, he didn't have any kids.
Right.
And look at him. This is how he chooses to spend his time.
He gets it.
Yeah, he learned something, man.
Yeah.
Learned
That's
something.
a testament to you. See what I mean?
Well,
You saw
to
something.
us, man. I didn't raise him by myself. I wasn't a single dad.
Facts.
So, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that.
You should be.
But it's that type of giving back to the community, I think, that impacts people's lives tremendously and deeply.
Yeah.
And I see that you guys take the time to do that. And what you're doing is creating the next generation of go-getters, those that will do the doggone thing.
Right on.
They see how it's done, and they see what it takes. They see it ain't no cakewalk.
No.
But they're willing to embrace it. They're doing that now. They're cutting their teeth now.
Hopefully, like us.
Great job,
All I can
parents.
do is try to do what I do. Lead by example the best way. Nobody's perfect. It's going to be adversity. You're going to fail sometimes. You can't win them all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
But you
okay.
got to stay in it,
Okay. Love the attitude. Miss Eva. What do you, I want to see from the perspective. I know how this man feels about you. Because there's not a whole lot of brothers that I know that's out there planting, picking, stirring, slicing, what else? He wearing body butter, y'all, and everything else, man. Rob,
see me?
Rob
You
walking
see
around
me?
the house all slippery and everything else, man.
You see me?
But he's down for his girl.
That's the only way it
Tell me
works.
about that appreciation and how you reciprocate. Because I know you do. I see it and I hear it.
I know, huh? So
Huh,
I guess I didn't
yeah.
plan for that question, but
Of
no,
course
literally
not.
in everything I do, he is my right hand. Like, if I come up with an idea, he's always for it. Like, seriously, I'm like, well, I want to do this, and he'd be like, well, this is how about this, and I got this, or I'll just make up something. Like, I'm thinking about doing this. Before you know, he'll come in the door next day with this big. You said you wanted to, and I went and got these, and
That's beautiful.
and it's from that down to reach me this, or smell this, how's this taste, or even with all my different teas and things like that,
They work.
He's my guinea pig.
They work, they
I'm
work.
always like, let's try this one. He doesn't even know half the time.
Well,
I
got
make
some
him a tea.
ginger
Here you
syrup
go.
for you that I just made. Since you
I'll
like
try
all
that.
I got some ginger syrup.
I'd like to try
Right
that.
on.
That's what we do at home.
Okay, I'm with it. And I got the elderberry.
I'm not hip. You gonna have
Man,
okay.
it's serious.
The elderberry will
It's
take care of all
serious.
your ailments. You can take
Okay.
it, daily.
It tastes like it worked.
Okay. All right.
If it's nasty, it's doing something.
But see, that's kind of
It's
how
not
I've changed
nasty.
my
It's
Man, it's like
It's
that
different.
medicine. That man,
It tastes
that's
like
something.
medicine, but it
I
is
should have
medicine.
brought some.
I
They
should've,
gave
I didn't
everybody
know.
a shot.
Well, see, I'm all about this change and the healthy change because I'm a diabetic and I used to be over 300 pounds.
Okay, look at you.
So, now I'm 150, 155 is where I'm at now. And according to them, that's supposed to be the ideal weight. But it was making a conscious effort to eat healthier. When I decided I was going to do that and embrace those things and take the mental block, I ain't eating that. That's not what we do in the community that I'm from. Once I erased that, I found that I connected myself back more to my natural heritage
That's right.
root
That's right.
as opposed to taking what's happening now, because I'm not big on medicine, y'all, which was why the dramatic weight loss. I do not want to take the metformin, and I do not take it. I do what I do through diet,
Right on.
and I've been successful, and my doctor has told me, you do whatever you want because your numbers are fine. Now, it was off the chain when I went in.
Right.
But through healthy eating, changing the way I looked at food and how I looked at my life and understanding I want to live a quality of life. I don't want to spend the last 10, 15 years of my life without my legs or
Come
in
on,
pain.
man. That's right.
And it was going back to what I forgot or what we forgot. If you feel me.
We already knew it. You know, it's all started from somewhere.
Exactly. So once I took that mindset of being more natural, going back to where I came from following me,
Of course.
that my life started to change. Because we notice now in the last 20 years that people that come to this country
Eat
that
different.
that usually were known for being small and docile, they thicker the Sunday newspaper now.
That's just because the United States is set up that way. It's set up to kill your pockets with the fast food restaurants and everything. Even our portions are 2.5 times bigger than most other countries. You know, most other countries use meat as a garnishment. We use it as our main dish. You know, and there's lots of little things that you can do to make life easier on you. You know, it doesn't have to be like I don't believe in saying I'm a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that. But I am conscious. I'm conscious of what I eat.
That's right.
And I just work on choosing healthier options, and I do it for my whole household. It gets to the point where sometimes he come to me like, "Look, I'm not no vegetarian. I
Man,
eat some food, man."
she fried some chicken a couple days ago, right?
I don't do that often.
And it didn't settle the same way. It's been so long since I done ate fried food
Right.
that it didn't
And that's
settle the
good.
same way.
And that's good because that
Yeah, she
kind
been
of
doing
keeps
her
me
thing.
down. It forces you to the oven and to the broiler.
Yeah, and on that grill.
Right, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
to keep that stuff away from you. Your body now knows what healthy is,
Right on.
and it's gonna continue to tell you what healthy is.
That's right.
And it doggone sure gonna tell you what unhealthy is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Your body will begin to reject it. Like it's like if you know better, you do better. And I've been with Appetite for Change for 8 going on 9 years now, and just learning the different facts about food, milk, and everything else, all these different products and everything that we're eating, bread, all the stuff in the store, all the stuff that just if you're planning to be here for a long time, all the processed stuff has to be cut out. Period. You can find a way to fill all those voids, though. You know what I mean?
Healthy.
Like the smoothies. You want something sweet? We just had some great smoothies yesterday. There's so many different ways to get what you're looking for. You know, if you're feeding for a steak, it's because your body wants the protein. It's not because your body needs a steak. You know what I mean? And there's other ways to get it.
I beg to
other
differ.
than well, no, I'm saying, and I'm not saying that steak is bad, but I'm saying everything is okay in moderation.
That's right.
And if
That's
you
right.
don't do it that way, you're gonna start to see it with the extra chins and the big arms and the everything else. And when you start to incorporate little changes, Mountain
Well, you
Dew,
can
throwing
look at
Mountain
my
Dew away.
picture over there and tell, you know.
That he
No,
ain't
I
listening to
remember at
nothing
work.
we
I
say.
remember at work because Dack knows I give him a hard time at work. Seriously, about what he eats and stuff like that, don't I?
Yeah.
I always got something to say, like, because it just be little choices, and I know he wants to be healthier, so I always remind him, like, you know, you said, but you did this, you know, he even get
Get off, man.
No.
you know? But sometimes he listens a little bit. But I remember at one time he gave up that Mountain Dew, I think, for 2 weeks.
And guess who caught him when he didn't?
The whole center, because everybody was blasting
No.
his butt.
Man.
Dak,
caught
I
him?
came up there one day, man.
He be sneaking. I
Dak
know.
had that
Oh,
garbage
yeah.
can
He
next
be
to him.
sneaking. He always
And he
does
had
that.
that Mountain Dew on the floor next to him. However, I didn't know about the bet.
And he
I'm like,
came up there and-
Dak, I thought you was going to leave that
he
Mountain
busted
Dew
you out?
alone.
Yeah.
King,
Yeah,
the
he
girl
did.
King jumped up and ran over there. You owe me money.
Oh.
I told you. I was like, oh man,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I
yeah,
didn't mean
Steve.
for that to go down like
Yeah,
that. But
Steve,
you were
Steve is
sneaking.
good at that, man.
Oh yeah, y'all.
Steve's
Horrible
good at that.
timing, yo.
But going back to your appetite for change, you know, I know that you know there's different programs that you run underneath Appetite for Change. I remember you always talking about this Young Mothers program. You know, I mean, are you still doing that or?
So since COVID, no. You know, you can't gather and you can't do certain things. So I have a new moms group, or we have, because it's myself and my cousin Cola and my cousin Tasia who run it. But I have a Facebook page, so we stay active that way, and we do different giveaways still through the page and kind of communicate. And when there was different things going on during COVID, I let them know, hey, this is available here, this is available here, and we kind of stay connected that way.
But what did you do in that group?
So the new moms group, we had 3 different groups. We had community cooks. They're all community cooks actually, but there's different focuses. So we had community cooks, which was family night, and on family night, basically anybody from the community can come into Appetite for Change, into the Break Your Bread Cafe, and we would prepare a meal. it wasn't always a super healthy meal. We we focus on healthier meals, but we also want to teach everybody that it's okay to like what you like and just, do it in moderation. Or maybe you like this and this is a healthier way of making it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that this healthier way is just as good as the other way until they actually try it,
Right.
So we're trying all these good meals together, then we sit and we eat and we fellowship, and then we bring up a community subject that needs to be discussed. Whether it was when George Floyd was killed or anything, that Juneteenth, whatever it is, we bring a topic that's important to our community and we dialogue while we eat. So at the end, everyone's able to take leftovers. During it, there's daycare, so if you don't want your kids in there, you can be there, enjoy some adults, and have a good time. If you want your kids to learn to cook, they can be there, right there with you too. So that's Community Cooks Family Night, and then we have the Youth Night. Youth Night is where the younger kids, I believe it's 14 to 21, come and they cook, and they this time they're playing their trap music. Everybody's dancing around, cooking. The meals are usually it's the same meal, but it's funny how the meal turns out different. Versus what group is making it. You know what I mean? So the kids are just fellowshipping. They're getting to be themselves and making the healthy eating and cooking a part of it. And I think that's one of the coolest ones is the youth, because they're learning from the ground up instead of me coming in now like, oh, try the they half of them have been doing this just as long as I have, and so they're bringing their friends from here and there, and it just turns into something beautiful. And so I love that. And then the New Moms group, which is like my baby, we've been doing that for like 8 years now. And New Moms is basically for anybody. It started off for anybody who had a kid under the age of 2. You could have 5 other kids, but as long as at that time you had a kid under the age of 2. Now it's a kid under the age of 5. And we just do everything. We dialogue just about, we get a bunch of women together and you can just talk about being stressed out today. You know what I mean? I have a son with autism, so we had different forums where we spoke about kids with disabilities. Wow. We learned to make baby food. We did field trips. We learned smart grocery shopping. We learned just anything that was important to them. We took them to the gardens, the inner city gardens, and let them harvest from what we've worked on growing all year. Just teach them a lot of different healthy options. And over the 7 years, there's been so many different things. I can't even really think of all the things, but there's just a whole. We actually have a little family. It's a nice little family that even through COVID, we haven't been together, but we're all pretty tight and all still supporting each other in different ways. So that, and then the farmers market on West Broadway, and that's not this year because of COVID, of course, but that was Fridays from 3 to 7, and that was basically us bringing fresh produce that we grew in the inner city garden plots to the north side and making it very affordable for people to come and purchase. So you had your own farmers market right there on Broadway. We even had programs where you could get $20 worth of free groceries from the farmers market every week.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just a lot of different things. And with Appetite for Change, we're always trying to make it easy for the community to get, making healthier options accessible for the community.
That's right.
That's our big thing.
This is one person that just in the conversation she just had has addressed 3-4 issues that we've talked about previously. Food desert, healthy eating, when they were talking about the making, whether the decision on COVID, whether to take the vaccine or not. What else did they talk about? The family coming together, tighter. And I like the way that she's taken healthy eating, kids, the youth, and the parents, which has been a growing gap over the last 20, 30 years. Indeed. And she's made that into the time for kicking it, that's right, so to speak.
That's right.
Now we sit down and we converse with our kids here. And what you're doing is you're putting them into an environment to show them how to interact with one another,
That's
which
right.
seems to
That's
be
right.
a lost art.
That's
Right, how they do it verbally and not physically. You know what I'm saying? And the parents and the kids having relationship again, where that has been vacant for a while, where you spend more time with people's sons than their actual fathers spend time with them.
Right. Unfortunately.
So, unfortunately. But they get to see a man.
Yep.
They get to hear from a man. Okay?
And something better than nothing, that's for
There
certain.
you go. So as long as you guys keep willing to share yourself, man, this is that promise and that hope I talk about, that I hope that gets derived or lifted from the dialogues that we have. See, we're not talking for nothing. It's dialogue to destiny for a reason.
Right on.
Okay? And you guys are part of that conversation, but your actions are part of that destiny, if you feel me.
That's the way it's gotta be. You get up in the morning, what you getting up for if you ain't trying to make it, trying to make it better.
That's true. That's real spit.
He's definitely always like my positive motivator because sometimes I got attitude problems.
Oh, fact.
No, let me stop.
I think, hey, I'm not, Steve and I just saw you from the work perspective, but I think both of us can attest to that. You know what I'm
at
saying?
least that much.
I'm sweet as pie unless provoked.
Indeed.
Unless provoked.
Yeah.
You hear that?
I don't,
Hey man, you better go home.
It's all about perception. I'll be okay.
Okay, all right.
It's all about perception. My baby sweet as pie, she is.
I have to do a wellness check on
We
this brother.
do this. It's like sewing. We go this way, then we come back.
Amen.
We get a good cut though. We get a good cut.
Yes,
you know.
right.
Nah,
But I've told you guys before. From the outside looking in and getting to know both of you guys, I admire your relationship. I really think that you guys have a good, solid family life.
Thank you.
And to me, I mean that's something that I think all of us should strive for. The fact that like I said, you guys know how to deal with each other's shortcomings, and you still stand by each other's support. I mean, what Eva said about Robert supporting all of her dreams and the things that she wants to do with, I mean that's a very important attribute especially because your mate always needs to know that even if you don't necessarily follow and understand the direction that your mate is going, to know that person stands by you, that's a very good attribute. So, I told you guys that before, but I really respect you guys' relationship, and you guys, you guys not just your, as a husband and wife, but even the relationship you have with your kids. A lot of pictures that Eva puts on Facebook are, the kids.
Family.
You guys are down in Minnehaha Falls. I don't comment on everything, but I see everything. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is there's so many kids in our community that never really experiences those little things. Even a walk down by Minnehaha Falls or going camping for a weekend. I wish that more young black parents would take that role in their kids' lives seriously.
That's the reason for
Time
doing
more
it.
That's
important than
exactly
treasure.
why we do it, because we ourselves, I didn't
have a lot of that stuff.
Daddy didn't show me
But my
that.
kids will. My
Yeah.
kids will look
Better
at. They
believe
won't look at it. To me, I'm taking them because I didn't experience it, and I want them to. Or if we go do something fun, we're like, oh, we gotta bring the kids here tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
seriously, that's how we are. So. For me, it's like we're bridging that gap. I didn't have a lot of it, and for whatever reason that we don't have it, you know what I mean? I feel like it's going to be second nature to my kids. My kids are going to want to, my 3-year-old wants to go camping all the time.
Yeah.
She wakes up like, can we go camping today? But just getting out and then also being a part of nature, all that goes back to the natural stuff, So
right.
we're just trying to make sure they're well rounded and really it's this guy. He's the adventurer.
But see, that's that thing, And this I'm gonna try to explain it. This is something that an uncle of mine said, man. Sometimes your strength comes forward when you step back and support. Rob's strength comes forward when he steps back and supports and helps move you forward.
Definitely.
Indeed.
And I
Because
know a
what
lot of other people don't have
happens
that strength.
But what happens is he strengthens his backbone,
Definitely.
Indeed.
your support.
Definitely.
Where you build your support,
It's a simple equation, ain't it, man?
man, make it easy. But some people have put their selves, all they can see is selves, man. But their back is weak. You feel me?
Can't watch your own six, can you?
Well, I got it six.
Still
for
in
sure.
words, bro. That's it.
But no, to me that's a part of his strength. You know what I mean? He's never been the one that has to be all in the limelight.
Well, it's
any of
confident
that.
man.
Yeah, definitely.
That come back to the
yeah.
sports, though. You know what I mean? It's the basketball, football, whatever you put it in. You can be the star, but if you go out there by yourself, you ain't getting nothing done.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing, because Eva supports everything this man does too.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man, there ain't nothing that this man ain't the best at. I mean, I start talking about shooting pool. I bet Robert beat your asses.
Had me afraid to bring barbecue to work. Robert grilled his dad.
Yeah, Robert.
I snuck ribs in the work one day and stuff, man. And hold on, here she comes. What you
I
eating
mean-
over there? Let me taste this. Okay, these are
I'm
ranch.
telling
That
you,
was
man.
it.
There ain't nothing that Robert ain't the best at, boy.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
Sewing,
You know.
knitting,
My baby
Hey,
is
man,
like-
hey,
fur
man.
one, knit two. This is a
Just
renaissance.
put the snow
man.
pants together 3 days ago, man. I pulled this
It's
pants.
not
You gotta do it all,
See,
man.
man, hey, man, I'm glad my wife didn't come over here with me today, man. You ain't gonna make my life rough, man.
See.
a- He sews, he's my organizer.
Well, she
everything.
gonna watch it, Steve, so it don't matter. She
She
gonna
gonna watch this
Don't
one.
get it.
She gonna watch this one.
But no,
Hey,
that,
man,
I
audio
think,
gonna be
Edit.
messed up.
no, Jack, you're right. I mean, but I am his cheerleader. Shoot, I am. To me, he's
Y'all
there.
niggas, yes,
Hey,
indeed,
man,
indeed.
you know,
Big
and I'm gonna
support.
tell you,
Big support.
if every man had that, I think marriages, relationships would be
What would this
so much
community
better.
look like?
They used to piss him off
What would
at
this
work.
community look like?
No, I can't even imagine. I mean, it's hard
The
to
homes
even.
would be strong.
If we had Rob's, because Rob's old school. He's like the coaches we had, the Mr. Solomons, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The Mr. Rollins, the Nobles, you know, the so on, Mr. Bowman, Mr. McNamer, all them folks, man. You're that old school cut from that old thing.
Indeed.
If we would have had them cats during the time we run the streets, Dack, or in the Navy, run the streets, Navy, if we'd have had them same coaches then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They came up there. What do you think that would have been the impact on the north side, the community that we're in, and what would it look like
I
now?
know. See, that's why we got to start from today, you know, and so that 20 years from now there'll be another dialogue to destiny with our kids or some younger people, and they can be talking about it. And it's just like Eva was saying about her kids.
Second nature.
What they provide for their kids that they missed out on is going to be second nature to their kids. I mean, somebody comes to them and says, "I've never camped." They're going to be like, "How can you not have been gone camping in your lifetime?"
Come on, let's
So,
go.
My daughter, you know, they're doing the homeschooling, so I'm sitting there listening, and they're telling them, "Oh, today we're going to talk about gardening." You know, my daughter, now Cora's very boisterous. She's my child, and she's like, "Oh, I know all about gardening. I do all that. I know how to." And everything the lady's saying, she's cutting her off. No, and then first you have to do this, and don't forget you have to make sure there's a walkway. And then she said, "Cora, you know, you've gardened before?" She said, "My mom's a farmer." No, she said my mom and dad are farmers. Is actually what
Farmer
she said.
Garrett.
Yep.
Bum, ba-dum,
No
bum,
joke.
bum, bum,
Like
bum.
this summer, especially with the farmers market being gone, we were able to provide like boxes of fresh produce from our backyard
Yes.
to so many families. Seriously.
Yes.
And next year it's just gonna be so much bigger. Like we
Both of them talking about moving out to some hobby farm
we
somewhere,
are
Steve.
gonna
Hey,
have
ultimately, that's what we want to do.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, you're braver
Man.
than me, but you know.
Hey, man, they got my support. If they out there and they doing their thing, I will support. I'm not one to talk about community if I don't invest no money into community.
Oh, we'll take your money.
Okay, well, you
And
gonna
do
get
something
some
right with
today.
it.
I want some of these bath salts, the soap, the oil, and I'm not sure how these work, man. But am I gonna burn my house up?
So no.
That's what the shell's for.
Yeah. The
Okay.
shells you sit it in the shell to actually smell. That shell will never burn through.
Okay, mother of pearl.
Yep,
So-
yep.
Do you grow those herbs yourself?
So
or?
I don't grow all of the herbs. I grow like lavender. But the sweetgrass, I don't grow the sweetgrass or the sage. Some of the stuff, like the cedar, comes from the reservation that my family is from.
Okay.
I got that from the reservation, and then also the know-how I got from my people from the reservation. Yeah. So I don't actually grow all of the herbs that are in the sticks, but I do hand wrap them myself.
Okay, well, what is this word? Kind of enlighten us. I'm not, all the herbs
So-
I know, like parsley, cilantro,
Yeah, so
sage.
this is the blessing stick, and this is kind of like like the original smudging stick. Everybody's smudging, and this is for my tribe and the for our background. This is how it started, and it's a blessing stick. So it has sweetgrass, it's got cedar, and then it's got the blue sage. And smell it.
So what do you hang it and
So
hang
you
it
can
over
hang
the
it
shell?
in you can hang you can hang it in any entryway.
Okay.
Or if you're gonna use it, you're gonna smudge with it. You're gonna burn it. So you'll light the end, and it'll burn like one of those big fat cigars almost. Like it'll burn.
But does it burn
And then-
slow?
Yeah, it burns slow. And then with that, it's a cleansing. So
Yeah.
it kills all the bacteria in the air for one. But on top of that, it's like more of like a spiritual cleansing. And protection for your home. So if you hang it by entryway or you smudge your home. And when I do it at my house, I say I have different mantras and stuff. I say like, I say there's peace in this home, there's love in this home, there's unity in this home, and so that's what I'm doing when I'm smudging mine. But it's for whatever you choose to to use it for. But it is a form of cleansing, purifying, and protection.
Okay.
And so the white sage is also a cleanser, and those are white sages. And then those two are both white sages. And then the lucid dream stick is something that myself and my cousin came up with. My cousin Kanita, and she's also Indian and native. I should say that's a better way to say it. But and her roots with our tribe are way deeper than mine. And so she taught me so much. And we started with this lucid dream stick. So like lavender is a natural hallucinogenic. Just like, well, mugwort, is a natural hallucinogenic. And then the lavender is a calmer. Mm-hmm. So you've got the mugwort and the lavender together. And so it's a lucid dream stick. So you won't be like high or anything, but it will definitely mellow you out.
You will be altered.
But it will definitely mellow you out. It's like a mood setter. It's a relaxant. When I'm like super stressed out, I got all the jobs, got the husband, got the kids. When I love to like burn it and take a bath and just like mellow out in my tub with my herbs and things like that. And really, it's like it sucks the hard day out of me. Whether it's this and all the herbs, just everything together that I put into my bath.
What would one of those cost you?
So the lucid dream stick is $15, and the blessing stick is $22. I have a smaller one of these that is $15, and a small one of this that's $10.
Okay.
And these two sticks are on my website also.
Okay. Website information.
www.shopnaturalme.com.
Shopnaturalme.com. Shopnaturalme.com. I'm sure we can get that posted. Okay, good. Make sure we get that posted, because everybody who's doing something from an entrepreneurial side and here on the north side, we want to make sure that they get supported by the community.
We appreciate that.
You're here in the community for a reason, and it's usually for our benefit and less for your own.
That's
the
facts.
people I know, they ain't here trying to get rich. They're trying to enrich you.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right. More than anything.
Right. Okay. All right, Dack.
All right. Well, I mean, was there anything else you guys wanted to share about?
Like how much?
Well,
We'll
tell
add
that
it
man-
up
You
when
got
the
to buy
camera's
right
over.
on the
Tell
show.
that
We'll
man-
add it
I'm
up
gonna
when the
show
camera's over.
them how to do it.
Tell that, mention to that man about them baths, 'cause I think that's something that'll blow their head.
Okay, so I also have I love baths that I do, and it's it has a lot of the same things that are in the bath salts, but then there's a lot of extra herbs I add, and these herbs I do them with my husband. The love baths.
Gentlemen, they serious. Now listen to me. Let me just interject real
Okay,
quick.
I'll-
'Cause I don't do it all like you said. She have her little time in the bathroom doing her own thingy, and that's
So you don't
that.
be invading all the
You
time.
know, leave that alone. So she asked me one night, you want to do the bath? And I'm like, all right. I walk in there and it looked like it's like gumbo or something. I'm talking about you can't even see the water. It's just a whole bunch of this and that. And I'm like, man, what's going on? She got roses that, you know what I'm saying, I get to crush on her back. And it's some real smooth type player stuff. Now I'm sitting in this water soaking. It's been about 5-10 minutes. And all this steam and whatever you want to, we cooking, basically, because the stuff coming up. Man, I got high. I'm talking about I had to get out the tub. Like all of that is so
You're
much.
not used to it. Well, he wasn't then. Now he
It
can
do
stand.
stuff to you is what I'm trying to get at.
And
hear
then you
me?
got up out there, you was no more trouble.
Man,
So
just-
you sell that on
just-
your site, on your
just
website as well?
tired and ready
No, I make
to
them for a lot of people,
ready to
though.
just
A lot of people contact me
relax.
to make them, and then
Yeah.
I've
a bag,
sold a bunch
you know
of
what I
like
mean?
different healing
Getting real
programs
stuff.
and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, we might. You keep talking like that, we're gonna do this on camera.
But no, the love baths are awesome though, because the herbs that I put in there are herbs that are basically helping you release the toxins from the day. So then I
did
put the
that.
roses and stuff in there to make it smell pretty and feel pretty or whatever. But that's and then after you're out, like it's.
I'm
the
not
most
playing. Felt like my
relaxing
shoulders
sleep
was
that
down
you'll
to him.
But
Just
Yeah,
relax.
yeah,
That's
it's
good
all-
Yeah,
advertising.
see that's something
But
that
it's
you
also
did.
intimate, something you can do together. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
it was-
and
it
then
was
all the
smooth.
flowers just
It
rubbing
was
them into
smooth.
each other, and then
It was
I add the
smooth.
oils, and it's real smooth.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
And he's
real
a
good.
skeptic, so
Yeah,
for me
you
to
know.
have him in, it's
And enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You can enjoy it, players. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Real
Oh,
men, you
Lord.
ain't got to be, softy to enjoy it. You can enjoy it.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all the stuff. I make a lot of different things, like depending on the people who contact me, like the different teas and stuff.
Well, you said you even make like a catnip, like for
Yeah.
people that have
Facts.
cats.
Yeah.
Is that right there in that
No,
white?
We
it's
should've
actually
bought that.
really the
Bring it.
catnip plant.
Okay.
That's the actual herb. And so I took the catnip, I had a big bush of it, and I took it and I twined it and I made it into a real nice braid. And then I took baker's twine, which is like, it looks like almost like this here.
Yeah.
The white rope. And I tied it under there, and then I made it a long string. So they're just trying to get to it, just like the same thing at the store, but it's all natural made. Yeah, and my daughter's cat, because she had a feisty little cat. But she said that cat goes crazy for that stuff.
No, that's what's up.
But the teas you mentioned, okay? So, smoked squares had a little bit more than I should, right? And in the day's time, during the day, I'll collect some
Gassy.
pockets of gas. I'll be gassed, right?
Seriously.
No,
Well,
I'm
I
serious.
get mad.
Like in the morning time, after a good lay, I done lay about 7, 8, hey, it's coming out. It's gonna happen.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Early things gonna happen. But I'm saying is she put this tea together, okay? So I start drinking the tea. I think she dropped 2 bags in it. Drink 1 cup, drink 2 cups. And I'm thinking, I'm humoring her, okay, we'll drink it. Man, if I ain't not had this issue anymore since
Really.
right hand of God, I'm talking about this. Hey y'all, the stuff is natural.
So I find that with the
There's
ginger
natural
syrup
ways to
that I
do
like.
things, man.
Very good.
Yeah.
For
There's actually
And that's
ginger.
available on the
It's
website,
ginger
the
is
tea?
one of the
The
things.
tea,
stomach and the kidneys.
I don't know. Is that available on? You got the
No,
teas
it's
on
not
the website?
available on the website.
I think it was.
But anybody can contact me on Facebook if you want. It's Eva Garrett on Facebook. And
So what is it like some of these products like your tea? I mean, why don't you have them available? And is it just hard to manufacture at a large?
You gotta keep
for
it
me,
fresh.
so these are, for one, that's one of the things, and for two, there's a lot of legal things that go in with things that people
Okay.
are digesting.
Yeah,
And so I'd rather right now sell things like that to people that I know
I understand.
versus
Well,
something going wrong with
that's
somebody.
why I
you know?
asked. Cause,
So I have people that contact me with different ailments they have, and usually I'll form a tea that'll help support that ailment.
all right. Well,
Specialist.
see, that's
Specialist
why I'm
purpose.
glad I
Yeah.
asked. Cause
Just
see
gotta
that
educate
clarifies
yourselves.
it.
I'm just saying, you don't gotta buy it. You can, you know what I mean?
And a lot of things, a lot of my products, a lot of
Do
my
it
teas,
yourself.
a lot of stuff I give away. To be
Yeah.
honest, we have.
Yeah.
I'll if I know a friend that's having a rough day, a rough week or something, I'll show up with a nice little
Got something
package
for you,
her.
you know?
Or,
That's why
Um,
y'all blessed.
yeah, yep. it
You're
definitely
blessed.
is.
That's
It's
why
one of the
stuff keep falling in your laps and in your hands, man. Because you're not one to keep it. You give your time.
No.
You give your vegetables. You know what I mean? You give of yourself.
Now
you
I
give of
see.
your
I see where
spirit.
she's telling people, "Oh, come and pick these tomatoes up. If you want some."
Right,
Facts.
like I'm saying, you're giving. That's why you're giving too abundantly, because you ain't gonna sit on it.
No, I mean, you can.
Can't
How,
do
how
that.
much can you have for yourself? What you gonna do with all that for it? Man, share the
You
love,
seen
y'all.
the side of the
Spread the
garden
love.
back there. We don't
You
have
hear
no
me?
choice but to share.
Spread the love, man.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's
Yeah.
when you share, you continue to get blessed. You got more blessings coming, man.
Definitely that.
When you ain't building a storehouse to store it away or squirrel it away,
Nope.
just keep giving it away. It's a
Well,
beautiful
that's the
thing.
whole best thing about a garden. It's gonna keep growing, so you can't give it away. It'll keep coming.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Well,
Wow.
did you have anything you wanted to close out with, or?
How much it costs? I'm ready to buy it. No, I'm playing.
As soon as
I'll
the
wait.
camera's over, we'll get it
All
together.
right, man.
But if they want to see the prices for everything there is on my website.
And that website again?
Is www.shopnaturalme.com.
Shopnaturalme.com.
Indeed.
www.
All right. So I think if you guys don't have anything else you want to add, we'll go ahead and close this podcast down. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, either one of you guys?
I'm good. Go
I
ahead,
would
baby.
like to mention that Appetite for Change right now we have these meal boxes. We're delivering them to the community. Anybody that's within 10 miles of Appetite for Change, which is the Breaking Bread Cafe, 1210 West Broadway, can get involved in these boxes, and they're delivered on Mondays, and they're healthy meals. Like when I say healthy, I mean healthy. One's going to be a vegetarian meal, then there'll be a meal that includes meat. But it's with the complete directions. It's everything. It's basically our community cooks in a box. So all the recipes, all the things we use, we're delivering it to you in a box for you to feed your family.
And that's no cost?
Every
cost.
Monday, just say you want it.
So you can check
Beautiful.
out the Appetite for Change
Beautiful.
website for
Okay.
that. or you can contact me. But this round has already started, so you can get in on the next round if you'd like to. But yeah, just reach out. Either check the Appetite for Change website and get on the waiting list, or or reach out to me and I can get you hooked up.
Do you want people to get that Appetite for Change information out?
What do you mean? The website?
Yeah.
It's just Appetite for Change.
Appetite for Change.
Yep.
Okay.
Simple
Want
as
to
that.
make sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell my pastor.
Yep. Tell them to. Get on out.
She.
I already know Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't no joke either. You think Eva rough? Ooh, you should be pastor. No, I'm playing.
Now you're gonna get in trouble at church, man.
Again, man.
Well, you just don't get enough, do you?
No, you don't, man. Hey, you know why? You know how you know you're serving at church? When you're behind, stay in trouble, man. If you ain't in no trouble, man, you out the way. I'm trying to be in the way. Good trouble.
I hear you, man.
That's right.
All right, well, that will conclude then another episode of Dialogue to Destiny. And we want to thank the Garrets for joining us today.
indeed.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Hopefully people liked our conversation here and learned something, and will support this couple with their endeavors. And if you like what we talk about, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our page, on YouTube. Subscribe to I always mess that part up. Subscribe to our page so that we can continue to get out information to the community. But as far as this episode, I guess we'll conclude it at that point.
Peace.
Deuces.
You sound like Coralie. Subscribe to my
So we
page.
got